Hello, hi, my good people. I hope you're good. I'm also fine. So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and also your comments. So, today we're going to discuss about rewarded behavior will be repeated. I've seen most people who, when they're kids, they do something bad and they'll be like, hapana, hapana, that is not my child. My child cannot do that. Or you find that maybe you are like two parents and then your child does something bad, but the mom wants to punish the child. But the dad is like, usimpige. You know, this is named after my mother. You know, this child is named after my father. So please don't beat him or her. And then you find that this child will do the same thing again and again. And most of the times, I've seen where someone will come and they'll be like, okay, this kid has done something bad, maybe in high school or even in uni. But when you dig deeper, you realize that this is not the first time they are doing this. You realize wamekuwa wakifanya the same mistake like from a very long time. But because the parents were not even punishing them or like telling them this is wrong, they were just defending them. For example, maybe you're being called from school and you're told that your child has stolen something. Maybe they'll find something that doesn't belong to her or him in the locker. As a parent, you want to protect your child and you're like, hapana, hawezi fanya hivyo, that is wrong. I don't think my child will do something like that. I know my child, I've raised my child well. You don't even want like to listen and to find out and to dig deeper and even to ask your child if they really did this. You're so defensive and you always like fight with the teachers and you don't want to hear anything and you feel like mtoto wangu anaonewa. But later in life, they'll repeat the same thing. Now you find that wataenda waibe and then they'll be caught. And then now you don't even have words to say. Why? Because you rewarded the behavior and now they have repeated the behavior. So anything that someone does and you reward the behavior, believe you me, they will repeat it again and again. Even when you have a stubborn child and you always defend them, they come back in the house around 11, around 12 a.m. Naona shida, you're just, oh, welcome my son, you are back. My friend, wataanza kukuja the following day. And because we're not even discussing with them and telling them you don't like it, wataanza hata kukuja hata like hata after 3 days, now is when they are showing up. So if you don't like correct these behaviors, they'll be repeated and they will grow. And it is you as a parent that will have issues. So let's discuss this as parents. If your child does something wrong, please sit them down and let them know what they have done is wrong. Me, I've seen cases where someone will tell you, I don't want to abort this child. And you're like, yeah, you should not abort the child. And when you listen from their parent, watakwambia like venye mama yao aliwatolea mimba sijui 3 4. Sasa unamtolesha mimba, anarudi anapata mimba ingine. Unamtolesha mimba is like you are encouraging, you're facilitating that act of just sleeping around and getting pregnant. Because they know if I get pregnant, mamangu atanitolesha hii mimba. So you find that these kids, they will end up giving birth every day. So they go conceive, you come, you abort for them. You have not even like make them to regret and to turn from what they are doing. The same thing, if someone gives birth and you just embrace, oh, I remember there's this there's this lady, one day we met at a certain health facility. And for me, I was like, okay, a 14-year-old has given birth. So I just wanted to talk to this girl and just to, just do some counseling. But I was shocked by the mom. The mom walked into the ward and the mom was like, hey, by the way, daktari, nimezaliwa mjukuu, I'm happy, mimi ni shosh. Unajua hata mimi, hata huyu msichana nilimzaa nikiwa 14. In my head, I'm like, so you rewarded the behavior. Like, you're not even sorry. Like, I gave birth at 14 years. You are happy that wewe ni shosho. And this is your child who is in high school. Amedrop, actually, alikuwa amemaliza class 8, I think. Sijui class 8 or form 1. But you are happy. It means they'll go back and conceive again because you have rewarded this behavior. If someone is a drunkard and you are hiding, you are like, huyu hawezi kunywa pombe, huyu anaekelewa. They will come to your house and they will drink in front of you and will do nothing. Why? Because you have been rewarding that behavior. So let's stop to reward this funny behavior and negative behaviors in our kids, our spouses, our family. The people who they'll just do something and they'll know like, hata nikifanya mami hawezi fanya kitu yoyote. Nimefanya mara mingi, mami hajawahi niuliza, dadi hajawahi niuliza. And they'll continue to do it again and again. So even when you have someone in your house, let them know these are the rules in this house. You cannot do this. You cannot come past this time. And you need to communicate. Because some of us, we are just okay. Your spouse is late, ni saa 7 usiku. You're like, atakuja tu. So next time, they'll come at 2. The other time, they'll go 3 days, 4 days. Because you have been rewarding the behavior. When they come, you are good, you are happy, and you don't care. And then one day they go for a month or a week and you start complaining. Oh, aki ameniacha, ajai rudi. But you are rewarding the behavior. They came late and you are good. They slept outside once, you are good. So let's know that whatever you reward, any behavior that you reward, any behavior that you ignore, any behavior that you don't address, it will be repeated again and again and again. Your husband ameenda huko nje amezalisha firstborn, you are good. It's okay. Kama ni ngumu alete tutalea. Mtoto analetwa unalea. The second time you will go back and give birth again. Tena iletwe tena ulee. Because you have rewarded the behavior and it's like you are comfortable. It's like ni sawa tu afanye tu, si ni baba wa nyumba. You know, your wife goes out there ana club, anakuja asubuhi and you are like, ni maisha yake. You stay there with the kids. And then one day you start complaining, but you have been rewarding the behavior. If someone does something and you're not okay with it, let them know from the word go. I'm not okay. I cannot take this. This is what I cannot take. I cannot understand. And these are my deal breakers. From the word go. So that you don't continue there to bear with the behavior and you're rewarding the behavior and they're repeating the same behavior. Because many people, they will do things, then they'll wait for your reaction. If you don't react, if you're good, you're cool, they'll repeat it again. If you don't react, you are good, you are cool, they will repeat it again. And the more they're repeating it, the more they're adding the dosage. So by the time they're repeating it the third, fourth time, it will be a blow to you. So just know that rewarded behavior will repeat itself. Anything that you have rewarded will repeat itself. So make sure that if someone does something to you, even you have friends, if your friend normally comes and hurts you and they go and they come back and they hurt you and they go, because you are rewarding them, because you are giving them your time, because you are showing them that, you know what, you can walk in and out of my life, it's fine. They come, you have this good time, wana disappear, wana blue tick, silent treatment, and then you are good. And then they're like, habari ya chali yako ama demo wako wako poa. So you're waiting for them to come back. So they come back with stories and then you are like, it's fine, it's okay. Mm-hmm. So they'll know this is a trend and they'll know. In fact, the funny thing or the worst thing is people do have discussions with their peers and they will discuss you and they'll be like, by the way, my wife, hata nilale nje 3 days haizi niuliza. By the way, my husband, hata nikichelewa nitapata tu amepika na watoto wamepewa chakula. So for them, they're discussing you and they're feeling good about it. But for you, you are suffering. But because you have been rewarding this behavior, they'll continue to repeat it again and again. And that is why you find that people, when you listen to other people's story, you will ruin your marriage and your relationship. Because what works for them will not work for you. But because they're saying it and they're bragging and they're like, kwani wewe anakukalia aje? Kwani wewe ndio umemkubalia kukalia hivyo? Mimi wangu, hata siku hizi hata ananga shughuli na mimi. Because you have accepted that. I remember I love talking with a lot of Gen Zs because these guys, they have their own weaknesses, but one thing I love about them is that they're authentic and they'll tell you what they think and what they feel, and they'll tell you like point blank, this is what I don't want and I don't like. So this Gen Z was telling me like, me, I've been telling my mom, what are you doing in this marriage? Because you have not been happy. And like you're just a good person and this person is taking advantage of you. This person that you call your husband is taking advantage of you. Why did you allow him to go and have a mpango wa kando? And right now he even have another family. And we're just sitting there and you're okay. So I was telling him, your mom has her own reasons. And now even you should understand her. But now, if you have rewarded the behavior, it will repeat. Mtu ameenda ameoa, second wife, you are good. I'm telling you. Third wife is on the way. Fourth wife is coming. Fifth wife is preparing. Because you have rewarded the behavior and you're okay with it. So let's learn to always take actions. Let's learn to always express our feelings. Let's learn to always tell people our boundaries and let them know that you cannot take shit. You cannot take this. You cannot entertain this. We cannot tolerate this. So that they don't repeat the same thing again and again and hurting us again and again and discussing the same thing again and again. So just know that whether you are a parent, a sister, a brother, a cousin, a mother, just know that every behavior that you reward, it will be repeated again and again and again. So thank you so much. And thank you so much again for listening and also liking and subscribing to my channel. And thank you so much. May God bless you.